What's going on, guys? This is Kaishro. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. So for our video today, we are going to cover OCG, metagame report, and decklist reviews. And this will be a very important video because we are going to cover post BPRO or burst protocol, which was introduced to us in the OCG yesterday, October 25, Saturday. And this is going to be the pilot first day of the set, and this will be very important because we are going to determine the impact of BPRO, and of course we are going to assimilate which decks has been getting support and which decks are showing up from the first couple of days of the new format. So this is going to be early tapping deck list after the BPRO. So without further ado, let's start. So starting off first with the Rescue Ace on the first place of the Japanese tournament, and it didn't surprise me, to be honest, because I was already telegraphing that Rescue Ace would be a decent deck right off the bat, and I think Rescue Ace is one of the most solid options that you can run in this format, mainly towards the fact that it can play humongous boards going first. No, it was able to put up Finsmith lines using the Engraver, of course, making you hiking Caesar sometimes, and special summon negate, and of course the new leap monster of Rescase, which is their better Ambler Whale, no? It is arguably better than the previous Ambler Whale, which they end up on, and they technically like end on 5-6 interruptions on a singular turn, and it was enough to stop a lot of decks right now. And of course, the new support also pays dividends towards this. Next, we do have Dracotail branded. So this time it didn't up to play the new branded cards and the new Dracotail cards, the new fusion. And this is like a more standard way of playing Dracotail with Cartesia. Moving on next to the Rescue Ace. So two Rescue Ace so far, 2 out of 2. It is going to be like this because I think Rescue Ace has been also decent right off the previous ban list where they have gotten much needed support. But right now it is so much better playing with more end board goals using the Link monster, and of course the new support level 3 main monster is going to fix some breaking issues on the deck, and it's kinda decent so far. So two Rescue Ace so far. And next we do have Vanquish Shoal. Vanquish Shoal K9. So this deck has been falling off abruptly even though they haven't gotten much results. They're still clinging on the tier status, and it's enough for me. I think Vanquish Shoal as a deck feels very complete already. They have shown their potential, their prowess. They used to be the best deck in this format, and right now they have lost some good amount of powerful cards. The Izuna, the Yokul, and of course Razen going into one is very massive for the Vanquish Shoal. But all in all, I think this deck is still solid. Next, we do have Weebusher tournament in China. We do have Fire King Jurak. So this is the Dinkaboy special, where Jurak is the supplementary engine of Fire King, running the Triceratops card. I forgot the name. The level 4 fire of Dino, and it's not even running Fossil Dig anymore now because it's not running Oviraptor. And yeah, just the standard Jurak Synchro monsters. And next we do have Naturia. Yeah, Naturia Horus with Finsmith. So technically engine deck. And moving on next we do have Fabled. Yeah, Fabled Shining Sarcophagus with Finsmith. So this is what we always see on Chinese tournaments now. They are always going to play crazy decks. A lot of people cannot comprehend their thought process on picking up decks and doing such certain ways, no? In a sense that the deck will be much more explosive than the usual decks from Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, no? I think China has been a different gravy in OCG. And next to the Heka Hands with the Millennium package. So I think Heka Hands as a deck feels lackluster in a sense that it doesn't do anything too much, that much as a pure, but when you try to use other engines like Chimera, Millennium, Winsmith, no, you're able to bring out the best out of the deck. Next we do have Yummy. So Yummy with Finsmith this time. So last week, we have seen iterations of Yummy running Finsmith. They are ditching the usual Savage and the Nemesis package line, no, where they use Cupid Archer and those Baron de Fleur on their Exo deck. But now they are pivoting towards Finsmith, which is going to utilize two bodies on their field, going towards the full Finsmith line. And of course, the Necroquip Princess also paves dividends on this deck. And it is also notable that it is running the Forbidden Crown, which is the most hyped generic card from the BPRO, where Forbidden Crown is like a modern Forbidden Droplet, but much more versatile. So technically, this card screams yes, no. Do you think? Do you know what this card does? The answer is just yes. It does everything all at once. It's just a massive card. But for me, it's a really solid card. But I don't think that it would be a mainstay on a lot of decks. Yeah, I think if you have a chance to play Droll over this, you would most likely play Droll. But certain decks definitely has huge potential on main decking this card. Like Arch Mage branded, no, where they play Morgas and utilize more spell and traps on the deck. Next we have Exo Sister. So of course Exo Sister, another deck that I deemed to be powerful after the BPRO. I thought that Rescue Ace and Exo Sister would become alive after this set, and is going to materialize so far, because we are going to see a couple of Exo Sisters here. And Exo Sister as a deck is a deck that defines the meta, in a sense that it is a deck that you pick up when you want to answer the graveyard shenanigans going on, and you would most likely play Exo Sister as a deck that tries to be an anti-meta rather than a meta deck that dictates the meta, no. Is like your anti-thesis for the meta game. And looking on our deck list here, is running Meowls on the main deck. Massive respect towards Malice and Lunalight, no. And I am growing tired of Malice, to be honest. It's been like the 4th, 5th format where Malice has been the top dog, and people are still not tired of playing Malice. So this is the result. You practically answer Malice with Meowls, Lancea, and all of those banishing cards that may answer the Malice. Next we have Arch Mage Infernoble. So it is like Infernoble with bamboo swords, and yeah, it's really different. This is the first time that I have seen Arch Mage playing this card, but maybe the new support, the non-finite, paid dividends on making this viable. Obviously, you're going to play 3 Fine Melt, and Fine Melt is utilizing the accessors, the new non-finite, and this is technically the card that you only need to bring out the non-finite. And as you can see here, is only running 1 mid-use and 2 academy, 1 of the banish change and the continuous, no, and is not going to even play the new, rather the quick play fusion card of Arch Mage, no. So Arch Mage is just a complementary engine here, is more of an Infernoble deck more than anything else. Next we do have Sky Striker. So Forbidden Crown, of course, another quick play boost towards the Sky Striker, and I saw it coming. I think is one of the cards that Sky Striker definitely can be favorable, paired with Droplet, Talent, Super Poly, and then the Magnificent cards. You are going to have a very interactive, grindy, control-ish Sky Striker, which is going to be eternal at this point now. Next we do have Exo Sister once again. So another Exo Sister, this time is not running Extravagance and is running triple Flawless, triple Purulia, and one of the Shifter, of course. A Shifter is just so massive on this deck. And is running one Aratama, no. And is not even running Sakitama. And also no armament on this build. Next we do have Dark Lord. So Dark Lord, a lot of people have been hyped with Dark Lord, but honestly I don't think that the deck is that good. Is really better than before. I think the support made Dark World infinitely better, but is not on the same clothing as the Exo and Rest case right now. And of course, it's still a respectable deck and still unexplored one. There's a huge chance that this deck might be explored on the following weeks. And moving on next, we have Apopis or Odion. So very monumental deck in this metagame, no? Where people might just play Odion as a comfort deck more than anything else. I think people are very invested on playing simple and not too complex, and of course effective decks that may arguably be smooth sailing than your usual complex meta decks, no, and other complex combo decks like Dragon Link, for example. Next we have another Yummy. I don't know what are the proxy cards or the unrevealed cards. Maybe just borrowed those cards from his teammate or friend. Next we have Malice. So speaking of the devil, we still have Malice. People will be just going to be playing Malice, no? Like you are seeing here 15, 18 hand traps and technically one card combo starters is just going to be very effective in an OCG landscape. Next we have another Odion. So running triple evenly match, I think evenly match will be very powerful in these side decking patterns. Of course, it is going to answer a lot of decks, and most decks doesn't have an out towards the self banish type of mechanic of the evenly match, and Lunarite, main culprit of dealing against evenly match, would be probably gutted once they got struck with evenly. Next we do have another Yummy. Yeah, Yummy once again with Smith once again. So this is what I'm talking about earlier. We have Ditch, the Savage, the Nemesis, Colossus stuff on the deck. They pivoted on playing Smith as a second engine on his deck. Probably they are just going for more ceiling because Yummy definitely lost consistency, losing some of their consistency cards. But now, yeah, Yami is trying to be much more overwhelming combo deck at this point. Next we have Memento Plan. So this deck, another deck that is never growing tired. People are still running Memento Plan because Memento has been very powerful in a sense that it cannot be stopped. Practically, if you don't draw the correct cards, a draw and those stuff, no. Once you don't draw the impulses, the purge, there's not stopping this deck, to be honest. And this is very interesting because it's running Magnificent Storming cards. You have a lot of quick plays cards on this Memento main deck, and is even running Droplet. Next we have another Malice Triple Eclipse on the side deck. Next we have Runic Morganite. Yeah, Runic Morganite. Arguably, this card is still massive. You're also able to interrupt the opponent going second with the dominance cards. And of course, going first is just going to be banish, 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 banish. It's just going to deck out the opponent. That's the main goal, and stun them with the Mana Iwata and border. And of course, the Majesties. Next we have Blue Eyes. Yeah, Blue Eyes Primite. This time it's running Izuna and Reaper package on the deck. And also running Forbidden Spellcaster Village, no? And Forbidden Crown on the side deck. Next we have Branded. Yeah, Branded. Of course, this is what I have been trying to say on my previous video of the top 5 decks with most potential. I think Branded just got so much better with the new support, and is going to be one of the most favored decks of most people, where Branded is just aesthetically looking very aesthetically looking deck, and the support is also really nice, no? Towards the fact that Branded can be more played into a 40 variant, and you don't need to risk running 60-50 with Grass and Shaddal and Tearlaments and Dracotail. You are able to play Branded more streamlined now. Next we have Arch Mage once again, this time with K9. So this time it is running non-finite and the Azamina Illusion Fusion, and is only running one mid-use and also two Fine Mel. I wonder if this is the future of Arch Mage, because I genuinely thought that pure Arch Mage would be better with non-finite, and now people are viewing Arch Mage as a Fine Mel turbo deck. No, the moment that they summon Fine Mel, it's just going to be massive because they are still technically going into the Arcturus, no, later on, but now they have ways to utilize the non-finite and with a one Fine Mel and play on the opponent's turn, and you don't really need to put too much emphasis on running more mid-use, more rough layer, because now you are just going to have ways to utilize more Kanan cards on the deck. And Kanan as a deck is just really strong. With the Valon, with the Nash Knight, still going to be really powerful. And I think this is one of the best versions of Arch Mage if you don't wanna play the Arch Mage as a pure deck post BPRO. Next we do have Exo Sister once again, so far 3-4 Exo Sister so far, and is running Arias on the side deck. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is crazy. What even is the thought process of running Arias here? Someone enlighten me on the comments below. I think this is really interesting. And next we do have Dracotail. Yeah, Dracotail with Meowls on the main deck with the Delta and Gamma. 1 TC boss well on the main deck. Next we do have the new Litera, technically Litera lore archetype, no? We have seen the Graph Lair, Doomsday, Shenanigans, of course the OG Arch Mage, the Academy of Arch Mage, and now the iteration of Litera as her new archetype, and is running Terrorize, no? And with Finsmith as well. Very interesting deck, but I have never tested it out, so I cannot say too much about this. Next we do have Memento. Another Memento, 2 Memento so far, and this time it's running Regeki. Next we do have Malice, of course, Malice. Running Forbidden Crown on the side deck this time. Next we do have Magistus Dracotail, and it's still not running the new Dracotail fusion, no? Maybe it's just that underwhelming as most people say. I have included the card on my sample deck list of my previous video, but I thought is not that really great, and it's just your 15th slot on your extra deck. Next we do have freaking, what even is this? What the hell is this? Lightsworn Gem Knights with Mitsurugi. Yeah, what a deck. Running triple Sales Band, triple Talent, triple Trust, triple Dark Ruler, and triple Sphere Mode on the side deck. Next we do have DDD. So another deck that is underrated. I think it's very hard to play DDD, but once you have mastered the deck, it definitely shows promise. Next we do have Magnificent Storming Dark Lord or not. Yeah, it's not Dark Lord, it's just running the forbidden cards. Yeah. Wow, this is very interesting. You just use the Forbidden Droplet and Forbidden Crown and the Forbidden main monster just to have access towards the quick play cards, no? Yeah, this is probably the way to go when you play Magnificent Storming right now. You lose slots for hand traps, but you're not much more interactive and very unpredictable, no, in a sense that most people wouldn't expect running into 6 forbidden cards, technically 9 forbidden cards on the main deck. Next we do have Malice once again, double Baldric, standard. Next we do have Cyber Dragon, so another deck that was falling off recently. mainly towards the fact that they have lost the copies of Yokul and Izuna. And objectively, they're still trying to finish strong going first with the Nova Infinity and the Emilnir, which is going to be a very huge problem with the Kinkiri Princess, and they are just going to ruin people's lives now with this Emilnir lock. Technically, you don't have any outs for this. Using the Dagda as well. Next, you do branded, another branded. This time running Ecclesia on the main deck. And it's not running punishment now. Maybe it's just a way to extend further. And running triple Aluber. I think this is the way to go. Some people play 2. But I think 3 Aluber is your best bet on this deck. And of course, triple Nadir. No Maxi on the main deck. No, just pure gas at this point. Next to the Ryzel, Onomatsu, oh, Ryzel Mitsurugi didn't shown the deck list. Next to the Yami. So this time a pure version. Moving on next to the Vanquishal Kainin once again. Standard, running Retaliating Sea. Next to the Weavershare Tournament, the Gimmick Puppet Mitsurugi. An FTK deck just got another way to improve their ceiling using the Mitsurugi. Next to the Mitsurugi Centurion. So far, there's still a bunch of Mitsurugi, but you can see the decline of their numbers now. We now have seen more Exo Sisters, more of the Rescues, more of branded. Next to the... Oh, yeah. This is just deck.exe. Yeah. Lightsworn, with running mid-use, Arch Mage, and running Finsmith and Tearlaments. And with the Yami Mitsurugi, so probably China is the only region where Yami Mitsurugi has been successful. We don't see this type of deck in Japan and South Korea. And yeah, I think TCG people have already been testing the deck for a huge amount of time already. And it definitely won tournaments already on the TCG landscape now. But sometimes it does not materialize too much on OCG because of the Maxi, of course. Maxi just warps the metagame. Next to the Dracotail branded is not running the new branded cards, just Cartesia and the Gignol. I believe Gignol is the name of this fusion monster on the extra deck. Next to the another Yami. So this is the Yami that resurfaced last time, where he just runs the Nemesis and Colossus and the Cupid Archer into Savage shenanigans. Next to the Dragon Link. Dragon Link with a new support. Very interesting, no? And also running the Eclipse, the fresh from the Bandits Eclipse, and more of Abyssal Dragon Link at this point, running 3 Saronir and double Baldric. Next we have another branded triple Nadir on the side deck. Next to the DDD once again, running anti-spell fragrance. Very bold. Yeah, very bold for a pendulum deck. Next we have Lunalight. Triple Forbidden Ground on the main deck of Lunalight. Wow, it's just insane. This is probably the way to go. When you don't want to play Droplet, I think this is your better Droplet on Lunalight. Next we have Exo Sister once again. Double DD Crow on the side deck, and it just went first place. Ridiculous stuff from Exo Sister. So now we have seen more Exo Sister than Rescue so far, no? And even Arch Mage, and we still haven't seen any Tri Brigades at this point. Next we do have Dracotail Magistus with branded pure gas deck. It's even ditching the hand trap shenanigans of Dracotail. Next we do have K9 pure version, triple chaotic elements and triple sphere mode on the side deck. Next we do have Yami, of course, triple Bell, triple Nibiru, triple Droll, and triple purge, and they're ditching the infinite impermanence. Next we do have another Yummy with Pankartaps this time. Very underrated staple for me. It pushes the limits of the standard Yummy board. It puts pressure, a lot of pressure on the board state of Yummy. And even other decks now where they sit on Floodgate, Pankrataps has been a legitimate way to auto Floodgates. Next we do have Branded once again. 53 card Branded with Gimmick Puppet. Of course, Gimmick Puppet is just going to be horrendous. I think the ban list this coming December should answer this. Next we do have another Yummy. Double Metal Tronus for the mirror match, of course. Next we do have Rescue Ace. Once again, triple meows on the side deck. 42 card this time. Next we do have another Yummy. One Eclipse on the side deck. Okay, not too shabby. Also running the Cupid Peach and Savage. And next we do have DDD. Triple Phantasme and triple Lancea. Just to respect the Malice, I think Phantasme and Lancea is your best bet going second against a favorable Malice matchup. Next, the Regenesis, double Solemn Warning, double Dragon's Mind, and one Skill Drain on the main deck. And it's not running the new Regenesis support now, you're just going to play the standard Regenesis monsters and a K9 package on the side deck. Next, ito for hire K9, so some people also thought that for hire would be better with K9. And objectively, it is better in terms of ceiling and aura power. And triple fossil dig this time. It didn't surprise me because for hire are dinosaurs as well, no? Next we do have Mitsurugi Azamina with White Forest. I don't think that is 40 card. Yeah, it's practically 50. Yeah, 50 card variant deck. Next, the Killer Tune or Cool Tune, no? I don't want to get shadow banned on YouTube for saying that word, but yeah, Cool Tune is kinda underwhelming. We have seen so far one Cool Tune and no Enyacraft so far. Wow, massive. Yeah, and we didn't get supports for Cool Tune and Enyacraft on the BPRO. Next, the Dark Lord. Yeah, Dark Lord. 2 super poly on the main deck. Probably very optimal because you have a lot of space on the extra deck. Next, you do have White Forest Toy Box. Yeah, White Forest Toy Box. One Chaos Hunter. Of course, Chaos Hunter is just going to stop those Malice matchups. Next, you do have Mitsurugi Finsmith. And next to another Mitsurugi, Ryzil this time. Double Purulya na main deck. And of course, DD Crow. So, DD Crow has been a purposeful card in this metagame. Answering Lunalight, Mitsurugi, even the more usual Branded. There's a bunch of implications on running DD Crow right now. Next, we do another Yummy with Finsmith this time. Triple evenly match. Next, we do have K9 once again with Link Slayer on the main deck and double Cosmic Cyclone on the side as well. Next, we do have Regenesis. This is the same deck this is earlier, I believe. And next, we do have Mitsurugi with Finsmith. Same list as earlier as well. Next, we do have Crystron. Wow, pure Crystron. No K9. It's just running the Speedroid engines. And triple draw, triple follows, double bell on the main deck. And is running Clockwork Knight on the side deck only. Wow, pure Crystron, no? I think people should definitely consider this because the K9 package has been battered by the banish already. And potentially this is much more spacious than your usual Crystron K9. Wow, very beautiful deck is here. Next to the Odion with branded this time. So you could practically do this because Odion is genuinely an engine deck as well, and branded, you still have a lot of ways to bring out Mirror Jade. Once you end on Mirror Jade, you are going to be in a good position playing with Odion cards and Mirror Jade on your board, and paired with some hand traps. Now you are in a very comfortable position to control the match from that point. Next, we do have another Mitsurugi. This time pure version with extravagance and prosperity. Next, we do have another Exo Sister. One Sakitama on the main deck, no Aratama. Next, we do have another Odion. So we have seen the fluctuation of the numbers of Odion, but for me, Odion is still a reputable tier deck, and at this point, I would take Odion as a comfort deck before diving into anything feasible in this metagame, just to see how the metagame will shape. You're very comfortable on sitting with Odion and just controlling the match now, just chilling, vibing with floodgates and control cards. Next, we do have Sky Striker this time. No Forbidden Crown on the main deck, but runs Desire as well. Very bold. Next, we do have Ryzil. Yeah, Ryzil. And we have Dracotail Magistus. No branded? Yeah, no branded. Just raw Dracotail Magistus. Next, we do have another Malice with Parallel Exceed on the side deck. Next, we do have Sky Striker Magnificestormy, running a pointer on the main deck, and triple upstart. No, oh, it's running one of Desires as well. I really think that one of Desires is the best ratio for Desires. You never want to draw another Desire from Desire, no? And yeah, it's a very huge gamble card on Sky Striker where you run a bunch of one-offs as well. One short cannon, one of the drones. Next, we do have Ryuge. So another deck that is kinda sitting on the tier D, tier 4 status. They're just being the gatekeeper of that tier status now. Next, we do have Yami once again. Oh, Yami's Alpha Cord. Wow. It is really possible because you have level 1s and level 2s of Sulfa Cord. Wow, this is insane. This is probably very interesting. I will definitely test this out after this video. Wow. And it doesn't look too scuffy, no? It's not really tight on the main deck. You still have a lot of rooms for hand traps. Even this no is able to play infinite impermanence on the main deck, which other Yamis cannot do. Next is the another Yami. So this time pure version of Yami with the Cupid pitch. Next is the another Dragon Link, running Dragon Shrine on the main deck with the Nocta Vision and the copies of Baldric and Magnamut. No Bestial Rebellion on it now. Next we have another Odion, Triple Chaos Hunter. Oh, Odion Primite this time. Very European-esque way of playing Odion. And next we have Orcus Mitsurugi. First Orcus Mitsurugi so far in our report. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, this is the first time that we have seen Orcus Mitsurugi. Wow, fall from grace. They definitely saw resurgence on the past 2 weeks, but now they're very appalling. And yeah, that sums up our OCG metagame report and deck list reviews post BPRO or Burst Protocol. If you found this video informative or helpful, please do consider subscribing. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.